Welcome back. In this video, I'd like to show you how to calculate the circumference of a circle, a semicircle, and 3/4 of a circle. So first, what is circumference? And how can we calculate it? Circumference is the total distance around a circle. And to calculate the circumference, you'll need to know the diameter of that circle, which is the distance across a circle through the center point of that circle. And if you have the radius of that circle, which is the distance from the center point of that circle to any point on the circumference of that circle, you can calculate the length of the diameter by multiplying the radius by 2, since it is half as long as the diameter. So, if you take a circle's diameter, no matter the size of that circle, and place 1, 2, 3 copies of that circle's diameter in a row, the total length is approximately equal to the circumference of that circle. For example, if the diameter of the circle is 7 centimeters, by adding 7 centimeters 1, 2, 3 times, you will have approximately the circumference of that circle. So in this case, multiplying the diameter 7 by 3 gives us 21. So multiplying a circle's diameter by 3 gets us close to the circumference of that circle. But how can we get even closer to the exact circumference of a circle? To get closer to the exact circumference of a circle, you'll need to use pi. Now, pi is a ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter. It's an irrational number, meaning it is a decimal number that never ends. So let's use the same circle that we used before with the diameter of 7 centimeters. But this time, we're going to use pi to get an even more accurate length of the circumference. But since pi is never ending, and we're calculating the circumference of a very small circle, we'll only need to use 3.14. So 3.14 multiplied by 7 centimeters equals 21.98 centimeters. So the formula for the circumference of any circle is pi multiplied by diameter. So let's try calculating the circumference of another circle. This time, the diameter of the circle is 15 centimeters. Now remember, to calculate the circumference of any circle, we can use the formula pi multiplied by diameter. So let's write out our formula and plug in the correct information. Pi, as you know, is 3.14. And the diameter of our circle here is 15 centimeters. And 3.14 multiplied by 15 equals 47.1 centimeters, which is the circumference of the circle. So let's try calculating the circumference of another circle. This time a semicircle or a half circle with a diameter of 15 centimeters. Now remember, to calculate the circumference of any circle, we can use the formula pi multiplied by diameter. But we'll need to make a few changes to our formula since we're calculating the circumference of a half circle. And the formula we'll need to use is 0.5 multiplied by pi multiplied by diameter plus diameter. But first, let's write out our formula for the circumference of a full circle and then plug in the correct information and make changes to the formula as we go along and explain what those changes mean. So first, as you know, pi is 3.14 and the diameter of our circle is 15 centimeters. Now, since we're calculating the circumference of a half circle, let's make some changes to our formula so that we get the correct circumference. Since this is half a circle, we can calculate half of the circumference by multiplying the circumference by 0.5. So by multiplying 0.5 by 3.14 by 15, we get 23.55 centimeters, which gives us the circumference of this curved portion of the shape only. So this means that 23.55 is not the full circumference of the circle. Now remember, circumference is the full distance around a shape. This means we'll also need to add the length of the line at the top of our half circle, which we already know to be 15 centimeters, which is the diameter of the circle. So we'll need to include plus 15 into our formula. And 0.5 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 15 plus 15 equals 38.55, which is the circumference of the half circle. Okay, let's try calculating the circumference of another circle. This time 3/4 of a circle. And again, with the diameter of 15 centimeters. Now remember, to calculate the circumference of any circle, we can use the formula pi multiplied by diameter, but since we're calculating the circumference of 3/4 of a circle, the formula we'll need to use is 0.75 multiplied by pi multiplied by diameter plus diameter. But first, let's write out our formula for the circumference of a full circle. Then we'll plug in the correct information and make changes to the formula as we go along and explain what those changes mean. So first, as you know, pi is 3.14 and the diameter is 15 centimeters. Now, since we're calculating the circumference of 3/4 of a circle, let's make some changes to the formula so that we get the correct circumference. So since we're calculating the circumference of 3/4 of a circle, this means that we can multiply our circumference by 0.75. So by multiplying 0.75 by 3.14 by 15, we get 35.325 centimeters, which gives us the circumference of this curved portion of the shape only. So this means 35.325 centimeters is not the full distance around the shape. Remember, circumference is the full distance around a circle. And this means we'll need to also include the length of the radius here and the radius here. And remember, radius is half of the length of diameter. So radius plus radius equals diameter, which we already know to be 15 centimeters. So we'll need to include plus 15 in our formula. And 0.75 multiplied by 3.14 multiplied by 15 plus 15 equals 50.325 centimeters, which is the circumference of the 3/4 circle. So this is how to calculate the circumference of a full circle, half circle, and 3/4 of a circle. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.